If I talk about my top 5 Gallup strengths, then learner is my top strength, individualizations, achiever, input, and relator. And my book is going to hit the shelf on 7th January. This book is all about that how to create your digital breakthrough. So this digital breakthrough journey, I will say Friday we have started with a concept that I realized that many of the entrepreneurs they face difficulties in understanding that how this digital world behaves because it's so dynamic, it keeps on changing on a regular basis, and at the same time the algorithms are very dynamic and each platform has different kinds of algorithm. Means machines are there which understands the content which you share, and then it has been shown to the end users. To understand that, I realized that I interacted with many entrepreneurs and I realized that what are the basic challenges they are facing. The first thing is that majority of them feel that it's a technical word, so it may not be their cup of tea. Then I realized that it is something which is beyond getting technical. It is so user friendly. So every entrepreneur should understand these tools to a deeper level. And when I say digital breakthrough for entrepreneurs, doesn't matter whether you are a startup or you are running a large organizations or mid-sized organizations. Digital breakthrough is meant for everyone who are looking for success through online platform on a digital world. And when I say digital breakthrough, these are the 6 important elements, or I can say the core functions of a digital breakthrough or the online world or digital world works, which as an individual, which as an entrepreneur, you need to understand that these 6 things are important and you will have to get the clarity about these things. Digital breakthrough program is not about making you a digital marketer. Digital breakthrough program is all about making you well equipped, I say that digitally skilled, to understand what goes around in the background. So when I say these 6 skills, it's a self-explanatory. When I say the visuals, we all are mesmerized with the visuals. We all know that our mind always understands the language of images, and here comes the role of visuals. So to start the journey, to begin your online presence, you require a good visuals. Now, how you can be more creative, that is something you can always learn. You can make your team members to learn these skills. There are various tools available, or you can depute someone who are very good with the creative angles like a graphics designer and all that. So to begin the journey, you require to have a very good visuals about anything which you are trying to put up in a digital world. Second is the content, and today's topic is all about how to make your content viral. I will come to that point, right? So content, if you observe everything around your surrounding, you see that whatever you see is in the form of content only. When I say the content can be in the form of text, it can be in the form of image, it can be in form of videos, it can be in form of audios. So whatever you see, these are contents, right? These 4 integral elements makes a good captivating content. So, and at the same time, when I say every minute loads of contents are getting uploaded, there's enough noise is there in the market, right? In that noise, how to get that space where your target audience is finding your content very effective, the content which can move them, or content which they feel like sharing to others, requires something to understand in a deeper level. So content creation is, the I always say, the core of any efforts which you put in a digital breakthrough is essential. Then the analysis, all these tools come up with the analytical aspect, the deeper insights of anything which you are doing. So when I say analysis, it means these data are important because entire digital world is all about the data interactions, which is happening every single seconds or even fraction of seconds. There is enough data is traveling from one place to another. Analyzing those data, how your content is behaving, what is the engagement level, right? What is how people are, what kind of reach you are getting, whether they are finding it shareable or not, the content relevance, the content score in terms of likability, shareability, or whether they feel like commenting on any of the your posts. It's something which is very important. At the same time, the kind of traffic is coming to your website, landing page, YouTube channel, or your blog post or blog website. Everywhere these data are important, and being an entrepreneur, you need to understand these analytical aspects of the data traffic which is coming. When I say the fourth part, if I talk about, is the websites and the landing page. These are the virtual store for you, where all the activities will be designed the way you want, keeping the target audience in mind. So this is something you need to know. And when I say the fifth element, if I talk about, is all about advertisement, and the sixth is the automation. This entire digital world is based on advertisement, plays a crucial role. I will say that major chunk of it is the advertisement. I don't deny the importance of the organic content, but if you can play with the both types of content, like paid and organic and inorganic, then things are going to be a very, very effective for you. When digital world is all about data traffic and all that data driven world, so it needs to be automated, because initially you can manage so many things on your own, but the moment you will start getting more number of data, huge amount of data coming to your website or landing page or any of the forum where you are uploading content, so automation comes into the picture. And having a good automations tools, there are so many tools available by which you can manage your content. So these six elements, when I say the digital breakthrough, it means that you need to understand that you have to have understandings of these six elements to a deeper level, by which on your own you can do something, or through your teammates you can execute these works, or you can hire anyone, or you can outsource your work to someone, and then you can monitor them whether they are working on these six elements. It looks very easy, but you will have to have fair understandings about all this stuff. Being an entrepreneur, you know that running an organization requires a lot of different types of understandings. Like if I it's related to human resource, it's related to operational aspect, it's related to sales and marketing, it's related to finance and all that. Same goes with here in the digital world. You need to understand these six elements very thoroughly, then you'll be able to understand that what kind of result you are expecting. So you all should learn these six things. You should keep on sharpening your skills related to these six elements. Now moving further, when I say, as an entrepreneur, your skill sets, I always say these three skill sets are very essential for being successful on digital world. You will have to think like your user. You will have to think like your target audience, how they think. If you will be pushy in nature, if you'll try to push from very day one, people are not going to give heed to you, because they are simply not interested in you. If your brand has not got that reach, I will say that. If I say feel, you will have to be very empathetic in terms of the users, right? What they are looking for is important to understand, and then you have to take the action, right? You will have to act. So thinking is one of the important skills. You have to work on that. And the empathetic skills, thinking with their vision, thinking, keeping yourself in their shoes, are important to make any content very, very relevant for them, and making your product and services in their consideration. So these things are important. So let's begin the session of how to make a viral content. Whenever we think about a content, we always dream to make our content viral, right? This is something which we always feel like achieving it. Every time we think that whatever we are presenting, it should reach to maximum number of people. But how it will happen? So if I say somebody is writing a tweet in just 280 characters, that small sentences can create huge, I will say, traction. While there is a lengthy post, lengthy blogs are not getting that attention. Why this is happening? So one thing is for sure, that one size not fit all concept works on the content world. Everything requires a different perspective. Everything requires a different understandings, different contextual understandings of the subject or the market, I will say that, right? So how to make content viral or how to make a viral content. There are two statement says two different things. First is the content creations. So you from day one you should always look in the angle that if virality is something which you are looking for, and how you can get that kind of understanding that the content is of viral nature. You can understand that more number of people will start sharing in their network and all that. So shareability of content is very very important. Then the people start commenting on that, people start liking on that. So these three tools can actually tell you that whether you are your content is having that no relevance for being a viral content or not. So once you have created a viral content, then how to you know distribute it, right? So how to distribute it in the different channels are a different aspect that I'll be covering in coming sessions in the next weeks and onwards. So let's focus today that how to make viral content. When I say content, you just understand that there is lot of noise, loads of contents are getting uploaded every single minute, and out of this you have to make your attention, you have to grab that option that where people will start feeling that your content is required. So let's understand this, right? So whenever I see there are tools available whereby with these tools you can know that what are the things we can what is the scope for it and all that. So you can see that these are the posts, these are the blogs which have got such kind of eyeballs, such kind of content which has been shared among a lot of people. We always dream to have that, right? But you can see here that all the platforms are performing in a different way, right? The engagement level is different, reach is different, and so the overall performance of the content is different. And because of this, because of this aspect, as a content creator sometimes we feel like our content is not performing well. So it will happen, you cannot make all the contents viral, but you can always wish to make your content viral, right? So while being a content creator, you should understand these things very critically, that your continuity, your understanding of your market, uh, you should have complete empathy for your target audience. Then only you can start working on developing a content which will hit. And then there are several agencies which create a very contents which become so viral, and these marketing agencies, advertising agencies, they use the services of it. But being an entrepreneur, you can also create such kind of things. That how to do that. But before coming into that, you should take certain statistical figures what happened with the content, right? So the you can see in the picture, the graph, that what kind of content has been shared or become more viral on Facebook. You can see that the content which is related to some news, something related to entertainment or humor, right? And then something related to opinion and how to content, right? How to do anything. I always consider these are evergreens. How to. So news will remain forever, right? Entertainment will remain forever. Opinion, because we are living in a setup where a lot of things will come up where people become opinionated. There are certain things where you need to debate, dialogue, converse with each other, consensus buildings and all that. So opinion will be there, right? How to's videos are they when people who wants to learn something. So these are the platform. You can see that then the warning and alerts content and the fiction. You can see that the kind of engagement and the kind of virality is there with the different types of content, right? So be it audio content, be it video, be it text, or be it images, or the combination of it. You should think that how it can be done. So you must be seeing that there are a lot of YouTube channels which are so good, coming out with the different kinds of news. Some focus on sports news, some focus on some government related news, some focus on some other activities, something related to health and all that. So you can understand news is something which is fresh. People love to hear those things. So if your product and services can be communicated the way in these languages, or you can use these elements in your content creations, then there will be a chance to have your content to get viral. That virality of content depends lot many other factors as well, right? So one very interesting facts and figure you can see, and the source of the content is the outgrow. They said that the consumers who viewed shared content 15% more like to enjoy it if they discover that content themselves, right? So let's see this is the very important piece of finding. You feel like no, if it is a shared content, your entire behavior changes, right? So if you're seeing any shared content, your complete mindset, your complete reaction and response towards that content is different than the content which is not very shareable content and all that. So your entire behavior changes. It means that entire content, the how to create a viral content, it is 100% linked with the psychology of a human being, the psyche of a human being. If you can understand this, you can create a very good viral content for your own purpose. So it means that understanding the user, understanding their mindset will actually give you that pathway to create that content, right? So when we say that psychology behind the viral content, so there are two important element. One, we say that novelty search, people are interested in a search which are novel in nature, and there is a certain called the information gap theory. There a lot of research has been done that why content becomes viral and how to make contents viral. So something came up in the finding in the research that novelty search. When I say the novelty search, it means that the content should be new, it should be original, and it should be something unusual, right? Something unusual. If it is coming in front of you, you will feel like sharing to others, right? Something new content has come up which has generated a curiosity, that content has a high potential for getting viral if it is original content, right? I have seen many people who are the content writer. They use content, they just use the content, they copy and they do little bit of fine tuning and they repost it. These kind of activities are not going to give you the enough traction because machine has already mapped the previous one, the original one content way back. So any duplication, any repeat action of that is not going to give you the content chance to get viral. You will have to think fresh, you will have to think with a new mindset. You will have to understand that you will have to come out with something which people will admire, right? So you will have to think fresh, you will have to think original and something which are unusual, right? So this was the finding. You can see that there was an article related to Alzheimer's treatment that fully restores memory function. It got the 5 million shares. See this number, 5 million shares is the huge number. So this particular news kind of post was very unusual for the people because they believe that it cannot be done. So something of this sort is coming, then people feel like sharing to others. So such kind of content, such kind of engagement is important to make the viral, making your content viral, right? So getting that is very, very important, right? Same, you can see that BuzzFeed quiz, you all are there on the Facebook and you all are engaged solving different types of puzzles, quizzes, right? There are different types of apps which engage you where you feel like, right? The app, like, how you will look after 40 years or 50 years, when you will be of 80 years age old, how you will look like. These kind of things people like to experiment and people like to share among themselves in their community, right, in their social community and all that. And such kind of things gives you the scope for, or I can say the momentum for making your content viral. So you can see that 22 million times, right? So let's understand these things. Such kind of understanding, such kind of mindset programming, I will say that if you are understanding this and if you're going for it, there's a chance to making your content viral, right? So let's understand our own behavior, right? Let's understand our own behavior. Why do we share what we share? What are the reasons behind to it, right? These eight are not, I will say that the exhaustive one. There can be many can be added, but broadly we can think of that these 8 pointers will give you insights that why you feel like sharing any content. So, as I told you, to understand your target audience, you will have to understand your own emotions, their emotions, and let's dig deep into this. What are those 8 elements which people find it and they share the content, right? So when I say that, the point number one, what kind of, then there's a shared interest between you and someone to whom you are connecting, right? So suppose these days farmers agitations are going on, and you feel like that Mr. X is also interested into that, then you feel like sharing those content with that person, right? The moment you are sharing the similar content with the people who are having, not sharing the common interest between you and that person, he will start feeling, irritated, right? So they won't find sharing that content in their network. So the first and foremost requirement is that there should be some shared interest between you and that person. You anticipate it, you find it that if you are liking this content, other person will also like that, and you start sharing. You must have noticed that there are various kinds of content, right? Something is related to body, something is related to energy, something related to business, something related to health, relationship, family, educations, and you can check that your own behavior. If you are not a very spiritual person, you may not be liking the articles shared by someone to you in terms of their spirituality. But if you are health and fitness freak, then you would love to read any kind of content related to that aspect. It means that the shared interests are important to understand, the very first element. So whatever product or services you are into, you will have to think that what are those common areas where my content can be shareable with that person who is having the similar interest. So if you are manufacturing something, you are in a machines manufacturing and all that, if you are into the robotics and all that, let's understand what kind of people are interested in robotics, what kind of people are interested in aeronautical science, what kind of people are interested in fashion technology. Then you share that, identify them, and your content needs to be shared there. Then they will start finding the stuff good, something making them informative, or they will feel like some new piece of information, something new. Then they will feel there will be a chance to, they will love to share in their network, right? As I told you that these kind of puzzles, you keep on getting such kind of things on WhatsApp, your Facebook feeds. So wherever you are socially connected, Facebook is basically for friends and family, right? So such kind of games is still, if you will share in your network, and no, only 1 out of 7 will get this right. Now this particular statement itself is giving you the chance that how come I cannot solve this, right? And such kind of content keeps on coming, keeps coming, keeps coming, keeps coming, and you still feel like solving it, right? So that is the beauty of the content, that how it is playing with the psychology of a human being, and that content has a better chance to get shared by many number of people to make it called viral content, right? Then we feel like product promotion, we feel like sharing with others, we feel like that this is useful for others, right? And that's why these all influencers have come into it. Although it's a paid, sometimes it's free, but sometimes what happens in your personal level, you can think that you prefer to product promote a product which you feel like it may be good for others, like usage of the aloe vera. You are using that product of any particular brand, then you will feel like sharing the similar thing with others. You feel like that aloe vera can is working for you, so it can work for others having a similar kind of, element or problem, whatever is there, or disorder. So you are feeling like that I should share with others, right? So second is the important is the, you feel like that this particular product is maybe useful for others. So if it is like that, the content has a better chance to get viral, right? And the third aspect is all about the current trend. Get involved into the current trend. So the latest example is the agitation of the farmer. There several other things are also going on parallelly, but it has become the talk of the town, right? So you will feel like, right, to contribute if you have interest for that, right? Or people are talking about new kind of trend. People are talking about virtual reality, augmented reality, right? Artificial intelligence. People are talking about design thinking and all that. So these are the latest things, how people are coping with their COVID things, pandemic and all that. So these elements are important, where you feel like that these are the trends I should contribute. If it is a political crisis or something happening at the political level, something is happening at the country level, something is happening at state level, something is happening at your local region and all that, you feel like getting involved with the current trends, and then you start circulating those content to them, right? So third piece of element is about the current trend. You everybody wants to be in that trend. Then for coming out with any event or product, there is a deep desire to be the first one to share that, right? And the first one, you just imagine the kind of jokes, the kind of messages you receive on WhatsApp. Whosoever designs this, whosoever creates that piece of content, what is the psychology of that, right? Or even there's something, you must have noticed on your WhatsApp that a couple of messages ends with a sentence that ये market में नया आया है, forward करो, right? Something you feel like. So what happens if you'll observe your entire day, you'll be landing up in a situation where you are a part of several WhatsApp groups. The similar kind of post is circulating among various groups, and you are also receiving the post again and again, right? So desire to be the first, if it is related to entertainment, if it is related to some news, if it is related to some, I will say educational stuff or anything which is related to emotions, you feel like sharing with the first in your circle. That desire drives you, right? The shareability. And these marketeers understand this psychology very well. And that's why they create a content keeping that particular thing in mind, that how to drive your senses, how to drive your mind, by which you can do the work for them. So same thing you will have to apply. Again, I will say they are both the things you need to understand. There are a group of people who believes in creating a good piece of content, you understanding the human psychology, using that in their creation process. At the same time, there is other kind of school of theory which are involved in scams, frauds, and all kind of stuff. They also understand the psychology, they also understand the human behavior, they also use the similar kind of tools, and they start creating content around that, right? So that's why you receive fraudulent calls like, um, share your OTP and all that stuff. People get trapped into that, right? Or there are certain things where you receive that somebody is urgently requires blood, somebody is urgently forward this, somebody's giving you iPhone at this price, $5,000 and all that stuff. So these are the psychology of the creator as well. They understand that how can I make you move. So understanding those elements will give you the actual, I will say, the flavor to create a good content, and the person who will see that kind of content will love to circulate, right? Love to share like this, right? So I just share this, that how you start sharing that, and within a few minutes or within an hour or something, it got viral. A lot of people are getting that kind of messages, and then you come out with that these are fake messages. Sometimes you receive that, like spammers and then fraudster, they send you the link which resembles like Amazon or eBay or any of, I will say, the famous URL or enterprises who are doing very good. So there is a some tweak in the website URL, some changes, but in a very first instance it will look like similar things and you got trapped. So they play with the emotion, they play with your psychology. And if you can do this, so always think with the positive side of it. I am saying that being an entrepreneur, you will be interested highlighting the positive aspects of our content, right? So you should always use the psychology for your product and services. Then you can definitely create content which will be viral in nature, right? Sometimes it happens that you feels like sharing. That's my self call, right? I found some video very interesting. I found Sandeep Maheshwari's video very motivating. I feel like sharing to my network without even noticing that, whether the people in other group is liking or not. But I feel like sharing, and once it will be attracted by the similar people, then it will start circulating with a fast pace and it will start becoming viral content, right? So you can see that once you're watching YouTube videos, you see that the kind of views they receive. There's so many videos, so many video creators, they are doing amazing work, and then you feel like sharing your own conviction, like you feel like that there are a lot of people are feeling these days demotivated, they are feeling dejected, so I should spread some positivity, so I'm circulating this, right? It will help entrepreneurs, those who have lost business because of the COVID. So such kind of things are important. So sometimes it is your own inner desire which propels you to feel like sharing, and then you circulate it, you share it with the various social media platform. And this is something, from like a content consumer to become a content creator. If you're good at doing something, right, which you feel like that I'm doing it in a very good manner, then you want to prove your domain authority. You want to say to the world that yes, I'm too good into that, right? I want to do this. I have flair for it. I have liking for this. I'm working hard for this. So you want to prove your domain authority, right? So I give you my own example right now. I feel like that I'm into the digital world. I'm playing with the digital tools. I'm helping entrepreneurs and make them realize the power of digital world. Wherever they are, they can use these tools. So I feel like I'm getting some knowledge, I have got certifications from various platforms, so I'm feeling like yes, I'm having a better knowledge, I can guide them. So it's like domain authority, I start proving it. So you will have to start. So this is something I started off, that the next 52 weeks, now the next 50 weeks I'll be sharing something which is related to entrepreneurs of digital world. So domain authority is something which again people feel like and they start sharing. Then sometime for the good cause, right? So like COVID, a lot of messages have already been circulated for good cause. Again, you get the two kinds of content. One traps you, one another one is the actually meant for the good cause, right? So you should never create a content which is meant for trapping someone. It's altogether a different way of doing business, which is I'm not talking about. I'm talking about create a content which can be a good cause, right? So even there's a survey, right? The websites which having like donation tab where you are saying and you are credible, right? And you are saying that your 1 rupees or 10 rupees or $1 or $2 will go to the charity for cancer patients and cancer treatment to the and all that. Such kind of websites get better visibility, such kind of websites get better traffic. So good cause, how to use that cause, right? How to promote the content for the good cause. If your content is made like this, like you must have seen the advertisement by Cadbury India, you have seen by Facebook, where they started talking about vocal for local, where because this pandemic has devastated many business persons, especially on small business owner, mom and pop stores and kind of people. So it was a for the good cause, right? And they use the artificial intelligence, they use other technological advancement, and it made it possible that whosoever is looking for ad, watching that ad will actually highlight the uh, local stores owner, business owners. So such kind of content people feel like circulating, right? You must be thinking, you must be I will say that after the session, you can take a pause and you can think about these elements. You can think about your own behavior, and when you did like similar to this, then you will get the answer for your own product and services. That's why I say that for creating a very content which can become viral, so the focus should not be on the virality of the content. Focus should be on the content element, right? When I say the content should be triggered in a way which is meant for good outcome, right? So you should always think in terms of the content by keeping thinking the way your user is thinking, the user is your target audience is feeling, and then deciding the content, picking selecting the different formats of the content, and then coming out with something which people can actually enjoy. And trust me, sometime it happens you must be reading a lot of stuffs that how to make content which can machine can understand how these things can be done. I do not want to I do not want to confuse you with this. You should keep only two things in mind. One, you are there to serve the ecosystem. Second, these are my clientele, these are my end users. They are looking for such kind of solutions, right? Now prepare a content which can move them. Prepare a content which can help them. Prepare a content which can guide them, which can give them something by which they will feel like sharing to others. If you are keeping these things in mind, right, then these tools, these search engines, these social media platforms are bound to highlight those contents, right? So I have seen people that they're just focusing on how to become viral, how to become viral, rather than asking for this question. Just understand that what makes a content viral, right? Whether my content is having that appeal or not. If it is not there, it means that you are missing something. Work on that. Do the research. Find out the different types of content which are actually getting viral. What is the difference between your content and their content? Analyze it, and then you will get the answer. And these are the behaviors, the 7 pointers I have already highlighted, and the eighth one, right? If you want to start the online conversation, you have to have a content in place by which you can share and all that. So these are the 8 elements which are very, very important, which can help you to build, to reconstruct. I will say that by these, considering these 8 pointers, you can have a better perspective that how to make your own content more no suitable for your end user. And ultimately, if they will find value to it, they will they will start sharing, because of these 8 reasons which I have told you, right? Because of these 8 reasons I've told you. So these days, since the attention span of a human being has reduced to 9 seconds, right, which is just 1 second higher than the goldfish attentions, you can understand the user span is decreasing day by day. It means that your content needs to have something which is connecting to the end user. If that connection is the missing link, your content cannot get the visibility. So you should focus on creating a content which is solving the end user's requirement in terms of entertainment, in terms of engagement, in terms of new something new they want to learn, some motivation, some inspiration, some new skills they want to learn. Keeping these things in mind, if you're creating a content, I can guarantee you that your content can get the idea, can get the essence of being it, making it a viral content, right? So we came to know about the different types of elements which propel an individual to share that content, right? So that was the aspect where of your end users will feel like sharing, right? Because of these elements. Now, what are the triggers which makes content viral? What are the triggers which makes content viral? So you just need to understand. So when I saw this, you know, this picture, I circulated. I circulated because it touched my heart. At the same time, it generated a kind of emotions. It generated a kind of emotion that, for the farmer's attitude of, you can say, the generosity towards the policeman who is there to, thrash them because of the agitation. But they have not forget to, serve them the basic human things, human desire, right? And this gentleman, right, the art by Rupesh Gupta, I found this on Google itself, right? Some 29th November. Such kind of content you will feel like sharing, right? So this is triggers. These are the triggers. I got the triggers that it is something which is it has spoken a lot with this cartoon, this expression of Rupesh. So such kind of trigger is important, right? Look at this. This was there on the Facebook, where it was written, "We make a great pair." It got 90,000 likes and thousands of shares. Such kind of content where you feel like connecting, you start circulating in your own network, right? These are the triggers. What kind of triggers you are getting, you can think of by having a look of this image. This, you can see that this particular advertisement by Red Bull, 57,000 plus people liked and 3,500 plus shares. Something which people find triggered. If your content is having those elements, then your content will get maximum likes, maximum shares, and maximum comments. These three elements, liking, commenting, and sharing, are important, right? Commenting is something where people feel like writing. It means that the trigger is that strong that you feel like opening up your heart. You feel like penning down certain elements, right? So these things will help individuals. This piece of content will actually drive the momentum, right? This is something you can understand. The shape of samosa, an eternal love story between a potato and you, the ad by Zomato. Such kind of things, you feel like it starts giving you the craving, right? I feel like eating samosa. So those, because they understand in Indian culture what is the role of samosa, especially in North India and all that part of country, where you can see that what kind of connection people find through samosa. It can be idli dosa in the southern part, or it can be any dish, anything which can give triggers to the end user. They will feel like sharing. They will feel like talking about that content, right? So this is important. You see this particular tweet, 183,000, around 2 lakh tweets for this piece of content. You can see that the Twitter, you have very limited characters, just 280 characters. You have to sum up your entire feelings towards the user, and it has been retweeted by them. So something, you must be getting the kind of trigger. So those are the 8 elements you came to know about that, which is, I will say, the user perspective, your end users, that, or keeping yourself as a user. These are the 8 elements. At the same time, your contents gives you the triggers. Because of that, you feel like sharing it, right? So that triggers are important. That psychology, understanding of the psychology of human minds are important. Through one study, it has been observed that, or it has been found that majority of scientific findings are circulated with a vast number or shareability on a Facebook content, long posts and all that, right? So everything, new findings which are new for individual, they will feel like sharing to others, right? You can see this particular ad, and the 50,000 plus people liked, 550 people have shared. So how to come out with these things requires understanding. So creating a good content, viral content, virality, if I talk about, it is purely a science, understanding the human emotions, understanding the human psychology. If you can come out with something keeping these things in mind, these triggers in mind, I'm 100% sure that you will come out with something which will help you to make your content viral. I also tried this on my LinkedIn profile. I did nothing. I just created a content. This book was written by the very famous person. And then I posted, and you can see that the 50,000, 52,000, the views I got on the organic views, I will say. You all understand that the organic and paid LinkedIn algorithm is different than the Facebook algorithm. Twitter algorithm is different than the Instagram. YouTube is different than the Google. I also got a chance to get that. You can see that 182 people liked it, right, and 9 comments. But people feel like, and then I started noticing they were reposting it because it just touched to someone who are looking for the business ideas. And the lady who has written is already well known in the industry, so people started sharing it. So such kind of element, right, can give you the result. So thinking about these lines will actually help you to make your content viral. So I will say that 2 important points. You should always think the psychology of your human mind, of your end user. triggers. What are those triggers which you can get into that? So the triggers can be anything related to amusement, their delight factor, interest, affection, surprise, happiness, joy, hope, excitement, pleasure, right? These days people are talking about COVID. So anything related to hope, anything related to something which can create, positivity in someone's, virality will be there, right? So your content should have these triggers, be it any format. It can be text, it can be audio, it can be video, or it can be images, or it can be combination of it. If you are keeping these triggers in mind, understanding the psychology of a human being, understanding your own behavior towards various types of advertisement or various types of content you are exposed to in this digital world, you will get the idea that what kind of content you have to create, right? So that's it for this today's session. So time to come for selecting a lucky person, and let me the person who will get the chance. This is my digital breakthrough blueprint program. It's a 8 weeks program, which is a completely framework for making entrepreneurs understanding each and every element which is required for a person to leverage the digital world, right? These 8 weeks, I cover these 8 topics. Each week, there are 3 hour session, and these 3 hour sessions are mixed blend of theory and practical, hands-on demonstration, and then taking things in between that. In the days which are not there any session, you start working, right? And through this program, I'm touching bases of the entrepreneurs from different parts of the country, and they are getting benefited. So it helps people. My desire, my intention behind this program is that curate a content, make a content easy to understand, not technical in stuff, but getting the technicality of the things very important, very beautifully is something I have created. So every week, what we have conceived at Digital Breakthrough team, that one person will go to attend the tomorrow session. Every Saturday we conduct from 10:30 to 1:30. So tomorrow, the session which is planned is very important for search engine optimization. These 3 hour sessions will give you the idea. Today you learned about the content. Today you got the idea about the how to make viral content. What are the elements? What are the triggers? Now you will understand in the tomorrow sessions that it's how machine understands whatever you post, whether it's image, whether it's audio, whether it's videos or text, how machine understands, right? So entire digital world requires three things. One, you, the problem solver, the change maker, I call them, the entrepreneurs. Second, who are the seekers, the end users who are going to get benefited from your services, your product. And in between, these are the elements of the digital world, the digital tools like all social media platform, Google, other technological tools which help people to bridge the gap between target audience and you yourself as an entrepreneur, a business owner. So these are the something we are trying. This is our I will say the small efforts to contribute to the ecosystem, to my understanding, which I have understood through my 5-7 years of this particular understanding of digital world. So this is something I realized. So you will be getting chance to attend. And since there was a condition that those who will logged in through Zoom today, so he will be getting the chance. And I think that Amit has joined through Zoom. So he will be attending the session tomorrow. Thank you so much, Amit. Taking time to be here, getting some things. I'll come to you. I'll let me stop my screen, then I'll come to you. So you will be attending this. This is the small humble efforts from our team that to bring something to the users. Last week, Mr. Raj from Hyderabad, he's into the design thinking. He attended the session. He got the chance to attend the session. So he attended, and today Amit will be attending that. So congratulations, Amit, for making making yourself available for this thing. Your time is precious. I say that these 52 weeks are zero priced sessions, but it comes with a cost. That cost is your time, your own resources, your constant involvement in the sessions, which is very I will say priceless things. So thank you very much. Let me store. Thank you everyone whosoever is watching on YouTube. Thanks a lot for being there. It will help us to continue the journey, continue the momentum, and creating good piece of content for the entrepreneurs and helping entrepreneurs to generate good cause, generating good business for doing good things in the world. So let me stop. And Amit, I would like to have you. Can you come online? Amit Agarwal,
Yes, sir. Yeah,
can you switch on your video? That will
okay.
be a great.
Okay.
Thanks, Amit. Thanks a lot. I would like to have one good thing about this session. You have spent around 50 minutes with us. How did you find the session? Any
Session
feedback
is
will help us.
Yeah, session is very good actually because I was not aware about the marketing skills and marketing tools. So I
Okay.
attended your last session as well, and that was also superb. So that's why I attended your today's session as well. So please
Thank you
keep
so much. So
continue involving us in this
thank you.
session in these sessions.
So, my team or myself will be approaching you for giving you the details about tomorrow's session. So tomorrow, 10:30 to 1:30, you have a chance to attend for search engine optimization.
Sure. I will attend the
Right?
session.
Thank you, my teammates, Preeti, Supriya, Janki, everybody's there. Thank you so much. You guys are making this movement successful, right?